Down, drives back into me. Well, look it. We're back into that same armpit escape. Turn.
Do you want me down?
No, sit like this right next to me. Like
Oh.
a good okay.
Oh.
Be fancy.
You fancy?
Yeah, I know you've never done this.
No, I've
It's
never
all right.
done this.
It's all right. This is an escape every beginner, in my opinion, should know, and honestly, everyone in Jiu Jitsu should know it. One thing I want to talk about before we go into this is like being a good partner. As beginners, sometimes we don't really know how to be a good partner, right? But what I want to think about when I'm being a partner is basically what the reaction of the person that the attack or escape or whatever it may be is happening to. I want to make sure I'm giving my partner that right reaction. I'm not trying to give them an 100% reaction, but I also don't want to fall over like a dead fish and give them no reaction, right? So today we're going to go over what I call the armpit escape series. It's something I use consistently, right? So it's very beginner friendly, but I use this from white to black belt. I'm here with Brooke, and she has me in side control here, right? I'm kind of stuck. Even if I have like no frames inside, I'm really stuck here, right? So first thing I'm going to start doing is like, I like to bring my knees up so I'm touching the body, right? And like, I can feel like I can get small. If my legs are just kind of out like this, it really makes getting small feel super weird, right? So I'm like always bringing my knees in, at least this knee to the hip, and having like one foot on the mat, right? So now what I would like to do is start inserting my first frame by kind of like, see the way I just trace Brooke's neck and ear? This is going to allow me to just follow to her chin line. I'm going to turn my fingers down, right? And I'm going to push this hand in front of her throat. Okay, here. This will start to set me up to be able to get my hands inside. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hand, and let's just turn this way a little bit. Yep, perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hand, right, and I'm going to look to, same thing, trace her ribs right down into her hip, and then frame off on this hip here. Now, what I'd like to do is get both of my thumbs inside here, right? And now from here, I can look to start getting really small. And this is where I talked about like having your knee to hip connection and stuff like that. I'm going to start balling up, tucking my chin into my like chest, right, and bringing my head down. Right now from here, what I want to do is pop her arm up and over top of my head from here. And now immediately what I want to do is I want to basically do a stiff arm down my body. Okay. See how she's elongated now and there's all this space? She's going to try to drive her weight back into me, but this arm is going to prevent her from doing that. Right now from here, I can look to start hip escaping right here, getting up to my elbow and recovering like a closed guard, a butterfly guard, whatever you guys like to do. If I can do this super quickly, I get everything in front, get my elbow inside, I pop, and I get her here. If I use this momentum and push her straight down my body, right, there's a lot of space that's created. Okay, now from here, very easy to just go back and recover my guard. I'm super quick about it. It ends up being a sweep when she's not ready for it. So this one I'll basically have to do full speed to get it off. Right? So I'm here, I pop, and I come to here. And I can sweep this person basically all the way over. Right? Now if that's not working for me, I can also start to go the other way. And I can attack the inside of the elbow pit. Right, and start to work myself inside and recover that way. And then what I like to do is I'll show you after how I use these in conjunction with each other, right? So I'll probably have to keep this here still. Right, so I'm here, same thing, right? But now, let's turn this way just a little bit. Yeah. Now, like I'm having a hard time getting her arm over top of my head. So instead, I'm going to look to still insert this arm inside of her hip, right? But now I'm going to start using this top frame to like push up on her chin and neck, and then I'm going to start hipping away and pushing her this way, right? Same thing, I'm crunching my head underneath, and this will usually break this person's hands apart, right? If they hold their hands together here, it just gets weird, right? And then they're just stuck with this weird position, right? So even if she was here, she's going to start letting go of her hands. Now she's probably going to look to re-underhook my head, right? And I'm going to bring this hand to the pit of her elbow, control her forearm, somewhere in this area between forearm and bicep. I really like to get it on like the pit of her elbow. So now when she goes to drive into me, she's kind of like stuck in this weird angle. And now I can start working my hips up, right? If you guys notice, let's just turn. I want you to turn this way. As soon as I get up here, see the way my leg covers her hip, right? Because I don't want my back exposed, right? So from here, like my leg's covering her hip, so she can't just look to bring her hips up and jump over the top of me. Go ahead, jump over the top of me. Yeah, right here. Go back. If my hip is up and she goes to jump over the top of me, go ahead, lift your hips, right? We're here, and I can just continue recovering into this closed guard. When we're here, we have a lot of options. Okay, we could look to start entering like octopus type guards, a little more advanced if we're talking beginners, right? Very easy for me to just pop my knee inside and recover my guard. Another little fancier option is immediately as I start to bring my hips up, if I can like almost do like a shoulder headstand here, see how I can bring my body around hers? Now from here, I'm just gonna come over the top, right, coming out the back door, right? A little fancier option, but it's cool. One I like to use, it's basically like doing a cartwheel around the person from a wrestling standpoint. Bring myself over her back here, right? I'm pulling my knee into her hip and then just bringing myself back. If she keeps this arm in play, right, we're just gonna bring her right over to here, okay? Now, I had talked about how I like to use these in conjunction with each other, right? Conjunction is the right word, I think.
I believe so.
Junction.
I almost said
Bring me back to elementary school. I want to, like, let's say I start trying to bring this over and I can't, right? So I do that same thing where I start to get here, right? But like maybe I can't get up and Brooke's driving a ton of weight into me. Well, now, that's okay. That's perfect. That shows what should happen, right? She drives into me and I sweep her right over. Conceptually, same thing, right? I get her up and over my head, and like I got here, but maybe I screwed up and I have a bent elbow, and like I can't get the push in. Well, now I'm going to take this hand to the inside of her arm. I'm going to switch my hips over, right? And I'm back to here, right? And I can do all that other stuff we talked about. And let's say for some reason she closes my hips down, drives back into me. Well, look it. We're back into that same armpit escape. I think that's it. So I can do a closeout. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. If you guys like this content, make sure you subscribe for more.